Yo guys, welcome back to Cryptoria. Today I'm going to be covering 5 altcoins that you should buy during this dip. But before I do, I'd appreciate if you like, subscribe and turn on bell notifications so you know when I upload. And with that being said, let's get into this video. So guys, I will be jumping onto CoinMarketCap and the analysis straight away in all of these altcoins that I've picked out for you guys. So the first one being Cardano. As you guys can see, it's currently ranked 5th. Go ahead and check out the website and the white paper as well. As you guys can see, it is doing pretty well over the last 24 hours. It is actually up nearly 17%, currently circulating around that $25. As you guys can see, the current market cap is just under that 40 billion and circulating supply is over 5 billion. Going over the chart, as you guys can see, I've gone onto the 1 month chart just to give you my projection of what I think is going to be happening. So as you guys can see, at the moment this month is pretty bearish. As you guys can see, it's rejected that all-time high around that $2.50 and it has gone down all the way to around that bottom around here, just off that dollar mark. So as you guys can see, it hasn't actually broken that dollar mark and stayed below it for the last 5 months or so. As you guys can see, since then, since around that start of the year, as you guys can see, it has actually stayed above that dollar mark. It has been respecting it, but as you guys can see, it has created that level of very strong support around that $1.25 mark. So as you guys can see, what I do see happening is either going to be stabilized around that dollar mark, as you guys can see, where at the moment, and then create that level of support and then go back up towards these level of resistances around that $1.70 and then create a level of resistances again and then breaking that, going back towards that all-time high and the potential doing that 2 to 3x after that. I do see Cardano doing pretty well, especially with some upcoming news coming up as well. As you guys can see, in terms of towards the end of the year, there is that smart contract launch. I did already mention this in a previous video, so go check that out. So that is what I think with Cardano. So the next one I picked up for you guys as well is Litecoin. So I will be going through all of it in one take, so hopefully no scuff ups. So as you guys can see, Litecoin is the second choice which I've picked out. So Litecoin is actually doing pretty well in terms of this bear market. So it did obviously have that surge, as you guys know, all the way up to that $400 mark. So go ahead and check out the website and the white paper as well. As you guys can see, over the last 24 hours, it is actually up 21%. The current market cap is just under that 9 billion mark and circulating supply is 3 billion. So going over the chart, as you guys can see, I'm on the monthly again. So I have marked down this point over here. As you guys can see, it did have that strong resistance level, creating support at the moment. As you guys can see, it is rejecting that 78.6 level around that $128 mark. Hopefully what it does now in the next month is create a level of support, creating that bullish candle and then continuing back towards this level of resistances around that $280 mark and then breaking above that and going towards all-time high around that $420 mark, breaking that and going towards its new all-time high. In terms of upcoming news, as you guys know, Litecoin is trying to be implemented with PayPal, but that is very long overdue. So hopefully it does get crypto payment purchases with PayPal, and hopefully Litecoin does integrate with it. And if it does, I do see this going towards that $1,000 mark. And I think at the moment, just over that $100 mark, it's a bargain. So hopefully you guys do pick this up as well. The third one that I picked up for you guys, it is Polygon matic. So I already did make a video on this, so go check that out as well. Go ahead and check out the website and the white paper. As you guys can see, at the moment it is just over that 8.89% at the moment, circulating around that $1.19. Circulating market cap at the moment, it is 7 billion and circulating volume is 2 billion. Going over the chart, as you guys can see, I am actually on the weekly time frame at the moment. As you guys can see, there is that support, fairly strong support around that dollar, just over that dollar mark. And as you guys can see, it has been rejecting this week quite well. So it hasn't actually broken below for a couple of weeks, nearly a month. It hasn't actually broken below the dollar mark. So it has been respecting this level and creating a lot of strong support. So hopefully what it does now is keep above it, create a level of support, going back up towards the resistances around that $1.80 and then going up towards its new time high past that $2.70 and going up towards, you know, the $5 and $10. So that is what I think with Matic Polygon. In terms of upcoming news, I did already mention this in a previous video, but as you guys can see, they got a whole bunch of news happening. So as you guys can see, such as Polygon Matic Vaults, Matic integration, and so on. There is a whole bunch. I will leave the link below for you to check out. So the fourth one that I did pick out is Stellar XLM. So go ahead and check out the website white paper as well. As you guys can see, he's doing really well with these so far, up 30% over the last 24 hours. As you guys can see, circling supply is 6 billion and the circling volume is 840 million. Going over the chart, I have jumped onto the monthly. As you guys can see, there is that strong, very strong resistance level. As you guys can see, it's rejecting this resistance level around that 55 cent for 2 times now. So that bull run in 2018 and the bull run right now, so it has rejected. So there is a very significant resistance level. As you guys can see, it's rejected it and it has gone down towards that 20 cent mark. So at the moment, hopefully what it does now is create a level of support around that 20 cent mark near the resistance level. It is probably rejecting at the moment around a 68.18 Fibonacci. I didn't actually mark it out, but you could see it that it does look like it is creating a level of support there, and continues up around that 55 cent, create a level of resistance again, breaking it and going up towards the all-time high, which is around here. It still hasn't broken the all-time high as of this bull market yet. So I do see a lot of potential with XLM going towards that dollar again, and then breaking above that, hopefully going towards that $4, $5 mark, and doing a potential 5x from the all-time high. So that is XLM in terms of my analysis. And the fifth altcoin that I think is going to do really well as well is Reserves Right, RSR. I did already make a video on this, and that video did pretty well, so I'm very grateful for that as well. So go check that out. It does have a more in-depth analysis of what RSR is, so go ahead and check out the website as well. As you guys can see, the current price of this is 0.02, up actually 15%, so it's doing pretty well as well. Current market cap is very low. As you guys can see, it's the lowest one out of all these at the moment, so it is around that 308 million. Circulating volume, as you guys can see, is 65 million. Going over the chart, so as you guys can see, I've actually jumped onto the weekly time frame just to give you an indication of what I think. So I have marked this level of resistance turning support around that 3 cent mark. As you guys can see, these 2 weekly candles have actually broken below this level of support. So I do see, if after this another level of bearish candle, it could actually completely flip. As you guys can see, there's still 4 days left, so it could completely flip and turn that way. But in terms of this sort of outcome, I do believe another bearish candle will happen, forming around this level of support around that cent mark, and then what we'll do is create another strong support, creating that double bottom as well, and then it will go on towards these level of minor resistance level around that 3 cent mark, going beyond that back towards this major resistance level around that 9 to 10 cent mark, going on towards our all-time high, breaking it and going towards that 30 cent, 50 cent and potential dollar mark. So even if you pick up here, you could definitely get that return on 4x, 5x and so on. But that's just my opinion on what I think about RSR. So guys, comment below if these 5 coins is your top 5, or if you have any other coins. There's tons of altcoins which are pretty cheap at the moment, so let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash this like button, subscribe and turn on bell notification for all future videos. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video.